EU seeks changing relationship with Guyana. Woman caught with coke cookies. And local contractors to receive earlier payments. I'm Rico Bulford, and this is Uncut News. To see what's happening, send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. An effectively functioning Guyana European Union Chamber of Commerce is of top priority for the new European Union ambassador to Guyana, René van Ness. The chamber was launched in August of this year in an effort to promote greater partnership and trade between the two entities. Van Ness also said that the issue of local EU visa applications has his full attention, as he is already engaging member states to have, in the first instance, a temporary arrangement, while they explore ways to make a more permanent solution later. But one thing they are working on now is decreasing direct foreign aid and instead increasing local investments by the EU private sector groups. This is according to the new EU ambassador. And he also said that Guyana's relationship with the bloc will evolve to one of equal partnership, as the higher the GDP, the less aid you get. Nevertheless, Guyana is earmarked to receive some 20 million euros in funding for the next 4 years. This is clearly one of the side effects of having the world's fastest growing economy. You can't complain about how poor you are anymore. On Thursday, the president lobbied the United States government for some US $25 million to further push the food security and agriculture agenda in the Caribbean, especially among specific groups such as women and youths. President Ali, along with the leaders of Barbados, Suriname, Trinidad, and the Dominican Republic, attended the engagement with the American Vice President, which was a follow-up to the Summit of the Americas earlier this year. Since then, 3 subcommittees were established, and Guyana is co-chairing the U.S. CARICOM Dominican Republic Subcommittee on Food Security and Agriculture. Represented by Foreign Secretary Robert Passard, the subcommittee has already had 10 meetings in the last 6 weeks. The National Population and Housing Census 2022 began yesterday, and according to a Bureau of Statistics release, the first persons to be counted were the households of the President, the Prime Minister, and the Leader of the Opposition. Over the next 8 weeks, census enumerators will be going house to house across the nation to collect demographic information from everyone in Guyana, citizen or not. One would-be drug smuggler learned that her unique way of smuggling cocaine and cookies just wouldn't cut it anymore. On Thursday, 59-year-old Unique Sunshine London, yes, that's her name, Unique Sunshine London, was caught at CJIA with more than 24 pounds of cocaine stashed in several biscuit packets. She was an outgoing passenger on Wednesday destined for the US when she was detained after canoe agents found what seemed to be an unusually large number of tea biscuits to be carrying on the plane, only to learn that the Shirley biscuits were Shirley $12.3 million Ghana worth of cocaine. London appeared in court this morning and was remanded to jail after pleading not guilty to the charges. Her next court appearance will be in November. Yesterday, 6 people were remanded to prison after they denied robbing Giftland's GT&T outlet last week. 25-year-old cleaner Andrea Dover, 30-year-old businessman Quasson Roberts, 27-year-old cleaner Ashley Mansfield, 24-year-old laborer Jamal Haley, 24-year-old laborer Ryan Goodluck, and 39-year-old vendor Osman Brummel were charged for the multi-million-dollar robbery. Thus far, the cops have recovered $2.6 million of the more than $13 million that was stolen during the heist. These 6 accused will make their next court appearance in October. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's Car of the Week. Currently on sale is this 2016 Toyota Crown Athlete. It comes with Bluetooth mount rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamps, back camera, and much more. Buy cash for $9.95 million, or pay as low as $1.99 million down with around $170,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit their showrooms at 171 Peter Street, Queenstown. Alert to Lumber Street, and tell them Rico sent you for this sweet deal. Are you a truck owner? Pay close attention. Avoid lengthy downtime when your truck broke down. Get high-quality DAF. International, Freightliner, Bedford TM, or Scammell truck parts at the lowest prices at Powered Automotive. Visit them at Lot 1161 EE Eccles, or call them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. 57-year-old Danraj Diochand of Perseverance Essequibo was arrested at the Cheddi-Jagan airport on Wednesday as he attempted to illegally smuggle 6 finches to the United States in a set of hair curlers. Diochand is the latest in a series of bird traffickers to have been caught smuggling the finches to the United States. This morning, the 2 Berbice cops who were caught taking a $400,000 bribe to drop a gun charge were released on $100,000 bail each after pleading not guilty to the charge. So I guess they each made $100,000 profit, but anyway. Marlon Kadu and Ramesh Chaitram will return to court on October 18th. Meanwhile, the man who gave them the bribe is currently before the courts for the said gun charge. He will return to court on September 27th. The Director of Public Prosecutions has stepped in and discontinued the private cybercrime charge that was filed against Crime Chief Wendell Blanham over statements he made at a press conference against Police Detective Dion Bascom. According to the police, Blanham's lawyers said the private charge is an abuse of the court's process and is nothing more than an attempt to intimidate the crime chief, as well as senior police officers who are expected to testify in the matter against Police Detective Dion Bascom. The United States Embassy in Georgetown is assisting the University of Guyana in obtaining international accreditation for programs offered by the Faculty of Engineering and Technology. The university is in the process of obtaining accreditation through the Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology, or ABET. ABET is an internationally recognized accreditor of university programs in applied science, computing, engineering, and technology. 74-year-old Gordon Leslie Durant will be spending 4 more years behind bars after spending 10 years on remand for the 2012 murder of his 54-year-old wife, Joan Durant, whose body was found buried in the sand of an unfinished bathroom at their home on the East Coast. On Thursday, the High Court sentenced Durant to 21 years, but they will deduct 10 years for time spent on remand and then 7 years for his early guilty plea, meaning that Durant will only spend an additional 4 more years in prison. Tier 1 contractors operating in Guyana's oil and gas sector have complied with the government-issued order to pay local contractors within 45 days and have amended their local content master plans to reflect such. Previously, suppliers complained that the oil companies make them wait in excess of 90 days for payment until they requested the government's direct intervention in the matter. Now, they will be getting paid anywhere from 30 to 45 days after the rendering of goods and services to the companies. Your home is your most valuable asset. So before you sign on the dotted line, call VJS Home Inspections. They are a licensed and insured home inspection company with professionals operating in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island, and Westchester County. From electrical and plumbing issues to a leaky roof. If there's a fault in the house, VJS will find it using the latest industry technology, including infrared scanners, HD drones, and more. So if you're buying or selling a home in New York, make the smart choice. Call VJS Home Inspections at 914-513-9356 and tell them the Rico sent you. It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now for our Uncut News Viewers Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. Yesterday, I asked your opinion on the LA Pop America's Barometer survey by Vanderbilt University. So yes, it's by Vanderbilt University, so you can literally just Google that, go to the website, and you'll find more information about it if you want to learn more about the survey, for those who are wondering. Nevertheless, I wanted to know your opinions on it, especially when it comes to Guyanese views on voting. Rob Peters says, giving up your right to vote is never a good thing. You lose your participation and you let someone else dictate your fate. How long did we have to wait until we had an equal opportunity to vote? And now you want to throw it away? Voting is more than a privilege. It is your right. Kwesi Sparman says, who got money, got barging. Most people will give up anything once the price is right. That is the sad reality here in Guyana. We have oil, yes, but the majority of people are poor, but pretend to be rich. Kay Layson says, no, I don't feel that Guyanese should give up the right to vote. Where was the survey done at? And with what section of the population? That's my question too. Either it was the really poor or the upper class. Why would you give away your rights to elect the people that will try to improve the country and lives of the people on a continuous basis than to collect some handout in return for silence and to be under any type of duress? I mean, I think you're absolutely right with your assessment. It was probably the very rich or the very poor, but that's the problem with surveys. It's only a small selection of a nation's population. Willow Darrow says, only 65%? Noriko, it seems like a majority of big business people are linked politically and receiving material things from the government over the years. Nothing new there. And finally, Dimitri V says, I hope that survey was a joke because it's a horrible thing if the majority of Guyanese feel that way. The right to vote is the ability to make change in the government. Why would you give that up for anything? Next thing you can give up is the right to protest, so that way you're completely silent to the government. SMH, bare foolishness. Indeed. In fact, I mean, that's really what's going on in a lot of authoritarian nations. You have many people are staying silent and giving up their rights in return for material possessions. Look at China, for example. So, before we get to tonight's question, you can multiply your cash by selling digital top-up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Now for tonight's question. How do you feel about the geopolitical changes going on in relation to China, the US, Europe, CARICOM, and others as it relates to Guyana? Do you think our government is managing the changes well? Why or why not? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out on Monday for another. Until then, I'm Rico Pulford saying, have a great weekend. And as always, don't drink and drive. We'll end up on Monday's episode the hard way. Ha-ha! Good night, folks.